Tervetuloa Alpeilla-ohjelmaan ja Sveitsin Engelbergiin. Paikka on todellinen laskumekka ja tunnetaan myös erikoisista luostarijuustoista.
Engelberg has a very long history. It was founded in 1120 by Benedictine monks. It's quite a nice story. There was a knight from Zurich who's had, well, back in the days it was quite common when you did a lot of bad things, then you thought it's a good idea to found a monastery for forgiveness. So he was leaving from Zurich with an ox and wanted to found a monastery. He came down to the lake Lucerne. And then an angel appeared to him and said, "You have to go on till the ox is stopping." So he kept on going, and the ox fell to death due to exhaustion right now where the monastery is. And then he started to found a monastery with some support from monks from other regions, but they haven't had a name. So he went into the forest and tried to get some inspiration, and then he was seeing angels flying around Engelberg. It's the Hahn, just our main mountain. And so the name was Engelberg, which means angel mountains. So Engelberg, angel mountains. The monks are still here. They have a boarding school there, and they still have a very, very big influence here in Engelberg. So a nice and rich history we're looking at. We were totally independent till the Napoleon's War. So they were speaking law, and even till now, Engelberg is a little bit we like our independence. We are a little bit a state within Switzerland. So if you ask somebody where you're from, he will always say from Engelberg, and that doesn't mean that we are very close related to the canton of Obwalden, where we normally belong to. So we are from Engelberg. That's part of our history. When you look a little bit back in the touristic history, we were one of the first resorts, alpine resorts in Switzerland. It was St. Moritz, Davos and Engelberg, where tourism started. First summer tourism and then later on winter tourism. We just have had this year is the 100-year anniversary of the cable car. Like when tourism was founded around 1850, 60, 70, first there was the rich British people who founded or who came to Switzerland. It was and they liked the scenery. They first came to Lucerne and then more and more to Engelberg. And there were some true pioneers back in that days. Who built these hotels. You can see a lot of Belle Epoque hotels from that region, and there were 3 or 4 pioneers. My grandfather, he founded the 5 hotels, brought electricity to Engelberg. They were doing the cable car company. So these guys really pushed it hard to get well known for tourism. Cheese was, back in the day, one of the main incomes for Engelberg, like the monks. They produced the famous Spriens, and they brought it over to Italy. There's a Spriens route, which takes you about 4 days to the Italian borders. With horses, they brought it over. And the Italian, they loved it, and they copied it, and they have made out of Spriens a Parmesan. But the Italians have had the better marketing, so everybody around the world knows the Parmesan. But it was the idea and how to produce that cheese is actually from this region, and so cheese always had a major influence for the people. Before tourism, that was the main income was the cheese. So we have a rich history within cheese, and I think our experience is better than the Parmesan. Today, Engelberg is known for, well, first of all, of course, we have the Mount Titlis, the highest mountain in central Switzerland, with a glacier on top, 3,200 meters. And we are on a level of 1,050 meters, so there's quite a big altitude difference. In the wintertime, we are absolutely snow secure. We kept the snow record in Switzerland for the last 3 years. In the wintertime, Engelberg is very well known for free riding and for off-piste skiing. So we have a lot of even Finnish people who come here. When you look at the overnights, we have 50% in the wintertime and 50% in the summertime. So summer is super important for us as well. I think we have one of the most beautiful golf courses, so it's said, within the Alps. The golf course itself is very flat, but you have astonishing scenery in the back. On the other hand, you can do whatever you expect from a mountain resort. We have 360 kilometers of hiking passes in different levels. We got, for example, one pass which got voted one of the 4 most beautiful passes within Switzerland.
Engelberg. Erinomainen hiihtokeskus, ainoastaan reilu tunti Zürihistä. Junalla pääsee lentoasemalta suoraan pojakerroksesta kellarista yöllä vaihdolla keskustaan. Keskus on hyvin elävä, hiihtoalue suht pieni, soveltuu kaiken tasoisille. Mutta sanoisin, että Engelbergissä 1 viikko on liikaa. Eli Engelberg on sellainen loistava hiihtokohde pitkälle viikonlopulle. Myös erittäin hyvä virallinen off-piste, eli rinteiden ulkopuolella virallisesti saa laskea. Kyllä on mukava. Yöelämää on afterskiita. Erittäin positiivinen hiihtokeskus.